Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. This is Gnarlo here. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlo. Good boy. When we last left off, we had traveled back up here to Lanark, and we're talking to Nona. She had come up here to say goodbye to her father, and she lets us know she has not been able to find her father anywhere within the city. So let's go ahead and talk with her and see what she has to say.
I cannot find my father anywhere in the village.
I cannot find my father anywhere in the village, Nala. Before Wadu was slain, Savulk used to go to the pool of the king to listen to the water, and I think perhaps he is there now. Let us look for him there. The pool of the king is northwest of the village. Okay. Find and talk to Savulk at the pool of the village, at the pool of the king, as if he is there. Okay, so it was to the northwest, is that correct? Northwest. So we are going to be going this way. I think we're just running around the outside of it here rather than we end our way through the interior. That's the trees right over there that he used to hang out at. When we were looking for his, when we were looking for Wadu and trying to figure out what had happened to him, that's where he was hanging out, underneath one of those trees there. Let's go on up this way. The Pool of the King, northwest of the village. Is that down here in that river basin? Where isn't in the valley got a big carven head or something? Like right over there, maybe. Yeah, I'm thinking that's it. I don't think we'll be up that way. Let's try down here first. And see if it might be down on this side of the... Might be down here on this side of the village, down here next to the river. Oop. I'm expecting to slide quite that far. Not seeing any rings on the map yet, but there is a path that leads down this way, so let us see. Maybe he is around in these parts. Oh, I got Pool of the King popping up, but I do not see him anywhere. Those are some interesting looking things. Are those like broken pot shards there? Alright. So here's the Pool of the King. Let's see if he's over here on this side, perhaps. No, he's not showing up there either. So how much of this do we have to wander around before it decides to let us know that he is not here? And I'm not finding his body anywhere, but a lot of broken pots. A lot of broken pots. I don't know what that's all about. Okay, let's try further over this way. Keeps popping up Pool of the King. Well, we know that. Is that something right over there? What is that? Not what I was looking for. It's just more broken shards. But we definitely have found Suvuk, and there's another dwarf marker. So let us go and grab that one while we're at it too. That is the one where we've been trying to find all the dwarf markers. This milestone marks the place where the dwarves of the Lonely Mountain briefly settled on their long road to the Blue Mountains. Here we are, found the one at the Pool of the King. Very good, fantastic. Reputation with Algreg, men of the Enidwaith, has increased by 500. We are now Gnarlo, exile of Erebor. You have done your part to protect the land of the Enidwaith. Wow, we've had several deeds pop up there. Why don't we take a look at a couple of them? Yeah, this was the one I was thinking of, with the big carven head there, which apparently is supposed to be a king, although it looks more like a dwarf. Maybe it's a dwarf king this was the pool of. Let's take a look at the deeds that we've had come up here. Title awarded. Exile of Erebor. You traced at least a part of the steps left behind by the people of the King under the mountain as they fled Smog to the Blue Mountains. Okay. Legendary item leveled up again, of course. Deed completed. Exiles from the Lonely Mountain. So we found the one at the Fored Moru. Found the one at Nar's Peak, the one at the Pool of the King, the one near Aranayant, the one at Fortereth, and of course the one in Thorn's Hall. Fantastic. Okay. Let us go ahead. Have we got anything else here? I know there's mail. Nope, mail and LOTRO points. Alrighty. Let us go ahead and let us talk to her father here. See what is passing between the two of them.
Nona has told me what you plan to do and why.
Nona has told me what you plan to do and why. I will not keep you from the journey, Gnarlo the Hobbit. Dreams have power. All the Algrag know this. We ignore their warnings at our peril. I wish to speak further with my daughter. Search through the pottery fragments, there we go, that surround this pool for something she can bring with her on this journey to remind her of Suvulk. Sometimes things of value catch on the sides of the pool. Old things, shiny things, pretty things, my precious. Bury yourself with this task while I speak with my daughter. Busy yourself with this task. I'm glad it wasn't bury yourself. Find nothing of note, because that could have been a bit of foreshadowing. Bury yourself with this task. Nope. Sifting through the shards, you find a small barrel that shines with its own light. One of the favored jewels of the elves there.
Did you find something? Ah, you did.
Did you find something? Ah, you did. Suvulk takes the barrel from you and holds it up to the light. I do not know how long this rested on the bottom of the pool, Gnarlo, or what caused it to drift to the bank and catch on the stones. But it did, and in that it is like my Nona, and like you. You are moved by forces a simple man like Suvulk does not understand, and he does not presume to know where you will be on the morrow. Suvulk laughs again. This stone is pretty. Nona, my daughter. Wear it in distant lands, and look on it and think of Suvulk. Wield that sword of the horse lords, and think of your brother Wadu. You will be far away, but you will be near too. Close by in heart and close by in thought. Ah, Suvulk's way is the way of battle, not the way of words. He has said enough. That's pretty damn good there, Suvulk. You didn't do too bad. What do we got? 5 bacon-wrapped flapjacks. Oh, because everything tastes better with bacon. Indeed. Vitality and agility. Got some crumpets, light and fluffy muffins spread with butter. What does that give us? Vitality and might. White puddings, delicious oatmeal pudding that is full of flavor. Vitality and critical defense. Vitality and will. 5 bowls of skirly. A side dish tasty enough to be eaten alone. And mince and taters. A simple and extremely satisfying meal. Vitality and fate. Ah, we gotta go with the bacon. You know we gotta go with the bacon. So that finishes up chapter 3, I think. Whoops. Didn't choose it, did we?
Did you find something?
Yes, we did.
You did. I do not believe in long farewells.
I do not believe in long farewells. You have little time to delay. You must ride swiftly, for you have a long journey ahead of you. Boy, talk about swift. You will automatically travel to Talon Haldir and Lothlorien when you accept the quest. Wow. Chapter 4, Swift Hooves. Swift Hooves indeed. Travel Lothlorien and speak with Haldir. Been great seeing you again, Suvulk. Glad you were able to come to peace with everything. Let's travel to Lothlorien, shall we? Okay, where is Mr. Haldir at? There he is. Let's go on over here, speak to him. Chapter 4, Swift Hooves.
You long to see the Lady Galadriel.
You long to see the Lady Galadriel. I would not keep you from her, Gnarlo, but I fear things are not as simple this time.
This Dunlending girl that accompanies you must be blindfolded if she is to enter.
Chapter 5, Old Friends and New Tidings. My orders forbid me from letting unfamiliar folk into Lorien. This Dunlending girl who accompanies you cannot enter the wood. You tried to explain to Haldir the reason you have brought Nona all the way to Lothlorien, but he remains unconvinced. This dream of yours could mean something, but even if it does not excuse me from my duty. Since I know you, Gnarlo, I will allow her to enter with you, but she must be blindfolded. This point is not negotiable. If you are ready to accept this, come with me. Alright, a solo quest, and we're gonna go see Galadriel.
I have the blindfold right here.
If the Dunlending girl will wear it without complaint, I will bring you to see the Lady Galadriel. Let's travel now.
This Dunlending girl who travels with you cannot be allowed to see the secret ways into Lothlorien. I must bind her eyes if she is to come with you to see the lady.
Okay, we can do that. Looks like she's going to escort well enough. In fact, this might be the preferred way of doing an escort mission, because if you blindfold the person, they don't look for clumps of enemies to run into. Guide your friend well, for I will not be responsible for any injuries she suffers while blindfolded. This is the law of the Golden Wood. No outsiders must see the secret trails of Lothlorien. It is out of respect for you, Gnarlo, that I permit even this. Follow me with care. You have seen many distant places, Gnarlo. Can any compare with the Golden Wood? Alright, she is still with us, good. These are dangerous times, and I fear the beauty of Lothlorien must soon fade. And wane, even. This is far enough. Alright, I think this is far enough. You may remove the blindfold now, and I will bring you to the Lady Galadriel. Okay. Talk to Nona in Galadriel's garden. It's quite lovely, isn't it? This land is a pretty one, as these elves seem fond of saying. But this is what the daughter of Sulvok has to say. The hills of Nan Leglen at sunset are more beautiful by far. I submitted to the binding of my eyes for your sake, Gnarlo, and to learn the secret behind your dream. But do not expect it again. I will leave this land with my sight unhindered, or these elves will learn a sharp lesson at the point of Wadu's blade. Where is the elf queen? By the huntsman, this must be her. I did not expect you in Lothlorien, Gnarlo. What need has driven you hither when so many need your help elsewhere? You relate to Galadriel the troubling images you beheld while dreaming in Grimbold's camp, but your spirits fall when she betrays no sign of understanding. Your dreams are your own, Gnarlo. I had nothing to do with these images you saw. This dream you describe is very troubling, Gnarlo. Much of it seems born of worry for your friends, which is not unusual. But you saw more than that. Even you? How can that be? Yes, Nona, there are forces in this world greater than any of us, even Galadriel. Their purpose is hidden to me, and I can see only glimpses. And yet, even the darkest of hours, hope can never truly be gone. Hello, Gnarlo. Wow, so we get to see Gandalf the White before anyone else does. We have both been through a great deal since last we met, Gnarlo. And neither of us is the same person we were then. I do not have the time to tell you what befell me since we parted, but know this, the quest remains. Your dream tells Galadriel more than she lets on, and it tells me more yet. Our friends face a grave danger along the Anduin. I hope it is not too late for them to avoid it. Gandalf's eyes seem to pierce you, and you shiver uncomfortably. There is something unfamiliar in the wizard's bearing. He reminds you of Saruman. Your dream may hold only a shred of truth, but even that could prove vital. This is my guess, Gnarlo. I think we are needed along the banks of the great river. Only there can you learn the purpose behind your dream. I am needed elsewhere. You will have to serve. Keep zooming out in case there's more talking. Ooh, those are some serious damn eyebrows you got there, Gandalf. Need to see your cosmetologist post-haste. I am sorry, Gnarlo. It is good to see you. There's just so much that needs to be done. Excuse me just a second. I'm going to get a little coffee here. Afraid I haven't been doing all this narration in a while. Especially whenever I have to put on Gandalf or a dwarf voice. It is a little rough on my throat these days. The Eagles have proven able companions to me in these dark days. Quaihir has agreed to bear me where next I need go, and his brother Landroval has been keeping his sharp eyes on the Anduin. Would that I could be everywhere. I fought against fire and shadow in the depths of Moria and on the peak, and when returned to this world I faced another foe from afar. These deeds have left me tired, and I will not speak of them now. We will speak again, Gnarlo, if our deeds prove fruitful. If they do not, well... Gandalf trails away, suddenly with a blaze in his eye and a tone of mirthful anger, he continues. Perhaps they would have proven enough had we not stood around talking about them for so long, my sentimental hobbit. We have our own tasks now. Let us get to them. Still the bastard, Gandalf. Still the bastard. All right. I will send for Alfra here to bring you down the river to Thenglad, Gnarlo. Thenglad. Gandalf believes a great evil harries our absent friends. Perhaps your presence on the banks of the Anduin can prevent it from discovering or endangering them. Completed old instances and new tidings. Oh, I don't want to leave Gandalf and Galadriel. It's so nice to see them again. I do not know what to think of this Galadriel, Gnarlo. Her words are fair. But beneath the surface she wields strength to match even the fiercest warrior of my people. I am surprised. Let us do as she says, and perhaps the answer to this riddle of your dreams will be revealed along the great river. So we've completed the instance. We are down here on the banks of the Great River. Let's see where we are exactly. Pull up the map. Okay, right up here. As you see, we have left the lands of Lorien and all, and we are at the very top of the lands of the Great River. We should be, let's see, yep. As you see, right over there should be where the vineyards are. And just across over there is where all the drunken elves are always dancing along in their celebration. Let's go ahead and talk to... Who is that? Noriel. Let's go ahead and talk to Alfro here.
I have taken you as far as I can.
I have taken you as far as I can. The rest of your road leads alongside the Great River.
There is a camp of elves not far from here.
Excuse me just a second here. You're chatting with me. Dude here needs to be taken care of, and since you don't seem to be in any hurry to do it. Damn. Alright. There is a camp of elves not far from here in Thinglad. It is an outpost from which my people watch for threats from the south. It is called Haldereth, and if you wish to know what has been happening along the river, that is a good place to start. Present yourself to Fimloth at Haldereth and ask her for tidings. We can do that. All right, Chapter 6, Downriver Dangers. Well, we just ran into one of them, didn't we? Who is this, and what do you have? Noriel.
Stay a moment.
Disturbances in Thinglad. All right, we'll go ahead and pick that up just for the heck of it. I am glad you are passing along this part of the wood, Gnarlo. While the melon fades here, Thinglad is still part of Lothlorien. I have heard and seen strange signs of trespassing of late. Will you investigate near here and see what there is to see? Make note of what you find. We can try to solve the riddle of who, or what, is invading the land so close to Caras Galathon. So search the river's edge near Noriel and find 3 items. We can do that. Disturbances in Thinglad. That's Mirkwood right over there. Y'all can see the evil darkness of it. And we've been right in there. We had a big fight right in there, as a matter of fact. Very nice. Very nice indeed. And it's fun to get started down the river. I don't dislike the Dunland and all that at all. It was quite fun. Found an empty fisherman's net abandoned at the river's edge. There's another one. It was quite fun, especially the part once we got into fighting Saruman and fighting an empty fishing net. And fighting, alongside the Rohirrim. But it is time to move on. We have been there a long time. Here we go. We found 3 empty fisherman's nets. That wasn't too hard. Let us go take them back to Noriel here. Then I think at that point, we might stop here before we head on down.
What do you need?
There have never been fishing nets along this stretch of Anduin as far as I can remember. What do we make of this? Who is trespassing on our land? If you have any skill in tracking, you should search the woods for signs of these invaders. Search nearby for signs of trespass. Oh, do we see anything lighting up right immediately? No, we don't. So, we are going to stop right here for right now, right on the edge of it. How far down the river is Thinglad? Not too far, just a little way. So, we'll stop here. Next time, we will travel on down beside the great river and visit Thinglad. And perhaps Nona will be there. Maybe she will be joining us. In the meantime, we are going to have one last smoke here on the edges of Lothlorien. Hope y'all have enjoyed it. Thanks for coming along. It was nice to see Galadriel there, and nice to get an unexpected glimpse of Gandalf the White. So nice to have seen him before any member of the Fellowship has. Aren't we special? We'll see you next time. Thanks for coming along, and bye-bye.